Boom! What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. What a day today was in the markets. The markets were in full-blown rally mode today. I got to tell you, I got to be completely honest with you guys. I come on these live streams every night. I tell you exactly what I think the markets are going to do. And when I'm right, I'll pound my chest and I'll tell you about it. But today, I was not expecting this large of a rally in the overall market today. This move caught a lot of people off guard today. But why in the world did the markets move higher today? We have to talk about that question. The why is important. A lot of people want to know, is this just a bull trap? Is the market setting you up for just another big rug pull as we're going to drop back down to lows? Or the conversation is starting to be had, is the bottom in? And everybody wants to have this conversation. Everybody wants to ask these questions. Well, we are going to talk about it. We're going to answer those questions for you right here on this live stream. Folks, my name is Michael Edward. Why should you care about my opinions, the analysis, and the lessons that I provide you on here? Guys, I've been trading and investing for over 15 years. I began my career working at a hedge fund in New York City. My first job out of college. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, 15 years later, folks, I'm the head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group, the fastest growing and highest rated online educational platform that can help the retail trader and investor reach their goals. Since 2016, that's exactly what my team of 8 other professional trading mods and myself have helped thousands of people achieve. Reaching financial goals they never thought were possible. Make no mistake about it. You guys come on these live streams and you spend the time on here with myself. Also going out and searching on YouTube and watching other channels and other streams and videos, I am sure. But one simple reason is why you're doing that. That's to get the information and the knowledge and the education so that you can make money in the stock market. That is why you are here. So I welcome you. That's exactly what we're going to accomplish here this evening. Guys, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any one of these live streams. I got a very special live stream in store for you guys today. I'm introducing a brand new segment today called Trade of the Day. I've got a special guest that's going to be coming on here on this live stream with me in just a few moments, where we're going to break down the trade of the day today, something that we talked about and identified pre-market in our game plan, as we do every single day inside True Trading Group. The moderators and I give you a list of stocks that we are watching with a game plan on how we plan on trading them, so you know exactly where to focus your attention on the day. First, before I get into that, though, we're going to do a Q&A. Open floor. You guys can ask me whatever's on your mind, okay? Asking questions is how you learn. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a silly question. Okay. I used to ask a million questions early in my trading career. I used to go to my boss and my mentors at the fund. I would ask them a million questions a day. Trust me, it sounded annoying, I'm sure, many times, but that is how I was able to learn. So we're going to open things up with a blanket Q&A session. You guys can ask me whatever's on your mind. I only ask one thing of you. Refrain from asking me any questions about, is the bottom in? Is this a rug pull? Refrain from those questions, because that is going to be the main topics that we're going to talk about on this live stream. Main topics for today are, why did the market go up? There's a very specific answer for that. I'm going to tell you what that reason is. Is the bottom in? We're going to answer that question here as well. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. Last, some lessons on long-term portfolio management and how to build wealth in a long-term portfolio, because those are the main topics we're going to cover here on this live stream. But first, we're going to do a Q&A, followed by the segment Trade of the Day. And I'm going to bring on a very special guest to help me go through that segment as we cover the Trade of the Day today. So first, Q&A. Let's not waste any more time, right? We got a lot to get into. We have a lot to talk about. I'm sure you guys have a million questions that you want to fire at me. So let's get to it. Begin typing your questions in chat right now. Literally, start typing questions in chat. There's no such thing as a stupid question, no such thing as a silly question. All you guys need to do is go ahead, begin typing your questions in chat right now, and let's go ahead and begin that Q&A. All right, folks. All right. Fire away. Type your questions in chat. The world is your oyster. I'm here for you to answer any and all questions that you all may have after this wild and crazy day that we had in the stock market. So whatever's on your mind, whether it's individual stocks you want me to talk about, something about trading, you guys go ahead right now and fire away. Type your questions in chat right now. Will the jobs market get weaker? And if so, does that change your opinion on this opportunity? It does not change my opinion on this opportunity whatsoever. Will the jobs market get weaker? Yes. Yes, it will. Okay. Well, we're currently at 3.6% unemployment. That's not going to stay. Okay. That's not going to stay. But as we go into, as we get into the second half of this year, and as the economy goes through its slowdown, and as we go into a recession, which is what I believe that we're going to be going into, a mild recession. If we're not in one already, you'll probably get one within the next 6 months or so. I do believe that that is going to take place. I just don't believe it's going to be a very bad and very deep recession. So the jobs market will, in my opinion, get weaker. But the good thing is that the jobs market is so tight right now, and it's so strong, where you have nearly 2 open job positions for every 1 person that's looking for a job. Continuing jobless claims have remained steady. Initial jobless claims have risen slightly. What does that mean when you see continuing jobless claims remain steady, but initial jobless claims increase? What that means is you're starting to see, a couple of companies have already announced layoffs. That's going to go into the initial jobless claim. But the fact that the continuing jobless claims numbers have remained consistent and you're not seeing them necessarily increase or go higher right now means that when someone loses their job, they are very quickly finding another one. And that is why the continuing jobless claims, people that are continuously filing for unemployment, that number is not going up. That's a number that you really want to watch and really want to pay attention to, because as people leave the job market from getting laid off or whatever it is, if they can't find another job quickly, then the continuing jobless claims number will start increasing rapidly. And that's a number that a lot of people are going to be paying attention to. And that's how you can really kind of gauge the strength of the jobs market. So I do think that number, an unemployment of 3.6 will start to tick up as companies go through, some layoffs. You've already seen a couple companies announce that we're letting go of like 5% of their workforce. So I do think that you're going to get a little bit of a tick higher. But guys, the good news is the jobs market is so tight right now. It's so strong right now. It's actually stronger than what the Fed would like, which is kind of giving them the opportunity to continue to raise rates to help fight inflation, because the jobs market is just so damn strong. Okay. So I don't think that changes anything in the opportunity that I think we have in front of us, because I believe that the destruction that you've seen so far in the markets, I do think we're going to get a recession, but it's going to be a mild one. I don't think it's going to be very deep. There's a lot of people out there that are talking about 2008 and a 50 to 80%. I've seen people talk about an 80% drop in the stock market. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. The S&P has not gone down 80%. It's not going to go down 80% here now today. The worst stock market crashes in history have seen a 50 to 55% drop in the S&P. You go back to 2008 to 2009, from the highs of 2007 to the lows of 2009, you were hitting about a 55% drop in the S&P. The dot-com bubble in the early 2000s was, again, about a 55% drop in the S&P. So I look at that as kind of my worst case scenario and like a barometer for like, hey, if crap, things really hit the fan, that's going to be kind of a baseline that I'll look at and say, okay, worst case scenarios in history. That's kind of where the markets have bottomed out in all the other great financial crises that we've ever had, and really bad, deep recessions. I don't think you're going to get a really bad, deep recession here this time. I think it's going to be a mild one. So it's expected that the jobs market's going to get a little bit weaker. It's so damn strong right now that it getting a little bit weaker is not necessarily a bad thing. It actually would help bring inflation down. Okay. In order for us to help bring down rent is the big problem with inflation right now. Okay. Rent makes up, shelter. Okay. Rent will make up about 30% of your CPI number, 30%. And rent is going up at a pace of about 1% a month. Obviously, that's not sustainable. You're already seeing the housing market cool off. You're seeing home builders reduce prices. All right. You're seeing people back out of mortgages. You're seeing new mortgage applications are at, severely have dropped off over the last 6 months as interest rates for mortgages have gone up. Okay, so all of these things, this all needs to happen in order to help bring inflation down. So like if unemployment ticks up from 3.6 to 3.9 or 4, that's not a bad number. That's still actually a pretty strong labor market. And that does not change my thoughts on the opportunity that we have in front of us here today. Saeed says, how do you manage trading if you're still working a 9 to 5? Okay. That's actually a really good question. Okay. That's a very good question. How do you manage trading if you're working a 9 to 5? Okay. First thing is implementing a strategy that would fit with your work schedule. You guys got to realize that the majority of members in True Trading Group do have full-time jobs. Okay. We have about 9,600 members in True Trading Group. Trust me, they're all not full-time traders. Many of them are, but the majority of our members do have full-time jobs, and they have jobs ranging from, police officers, firemen, construction workers, military, teachers, auto mechanics, film business, nurse, bakery owners, and everything in between. Okay. And small business owners. And these people are able to still be able to trade actively and effectively and successfully by implementing strategies that work for them. You guys have to realize that just going on YouTube and saying, okay, wow, look, this person made 10 grand today, so I'm gonna just follow exactly what they do. That's not a strategy that's going to work for most people, because you might be looking at someone that is successful at a scalping strategy, which is someone that's going to make 100 trades throughout the course of a trading day. They're in, they're out, they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. Every couple seconds, every couple minutes, they're making trades. If you work a full-time job, it is physically impossible for you to do that. So for you to try to replicate what that person is doing, although that person might be a good trader, you are not going to be able to implement that strategy successfully. So don't try to. A very big part of being a successful trader is identifying a trading strategy that works for you. Okay. And it's something that I call it trader identity. That's what I call it. I'm actually hosting a live workshop at the end of this month where I'm going to actually help new members to True Trading Group. When people join True Trading Group, or if you guys join here this month, you will get access to this workshop totally for free, where I'm going to help you guys identify what your trader identity is. And that's going to be based on two main factors. One, personality traits. Two, okay, how much time do you have to be able to sit in front of a computer screen? Now, if you're not able to sit in front of a computer screen, you're not going to be able to implement a scalping strategy. You might be able to do a traditional day trading style, which is where you get into a trade and you stay in it for maybe a couple hours. Or you can use a swing trading style, which is you get into a trade today, you get out of it tomorrow or any day thereafter. You can get out of it a few days later. You can get out of it a couple of weeks later. Inside True Trading Group, it's not just myself. There's 8 other professional traders that are in chat with you during the day, that are giving you commentary, that are talking to you live. They're showing their screen. They're calling out trades. And you guys can see exactly what those moderators are doing. All of us have different styles and strategies done by design, because I think it's very important for people that are trying to supplement their income by becoming successful in the stock market. It's important for you to be able to get exposure to a variety of different trading styles that can help you. Okay. So that's one thing that you're going to be able to learn, and you're going to really be able to accomplish when you guys join True Trading, because it's something that we focus and we put all of our new members through to make sure that they understand a trader identity and a style and strategy that's going to work best for them, not for somebody else, what's going to work best for them. All right. And secondly, on top of that, Saeed, the other way that people are able to benefit and able to focus on trading while they're working a full-time job is because they're able to use our mobile app. When you guys join True Trading, you get access to a mobile app. It's available on iPhone or Android. And if you can listen to music while you're at work, you can follow along with what we're doing during the day. We share our screens with you. So on your cell phone, you'll be able to see the screen share. You'll be able to listen because the mods talk on the microphone throughout the course of the day. And then best part, you get push notifications in real time without delay. Whenever one of our moderators execute a buy or sell order, you will get notified on your mobile app. That way, no matter what you're doing during the day, you will always be able to know what is going on, what are the mods doing inside of True Trading Group, and how you can follow along while you're not fixated on your computer screen. That's why you guys have us. Okay, we are in front of our computer screen all day long. We will talk to you on the microphone all day long, tell you what's going on, tell you what we're doing, tell you what we're seeing. And then you get the real-time push notifications when we enter and exit trades. So that's how so many people, Saeed, are able to benefit while working 9 to 5s, okay, or just any type of full-time job. I mean, we have people from all over the world in different time zones. We have people in New Zealand, in the Philippines, in Japan, in Russia, India, the Netherlands. We have people in Italy, Spain, the UK. We have people in Hawaii. We have people in Mexico, all over the world. Okay. That's how so many of our members are able to benefit while working a full-time job. I hope that helps answer your question, Saeed. Broken Motivator asks, what time of the day do you enter a stock? I've heard to not get into a stock in pre-market or at the bell. Okay, so I don't trade right off the opening bell. Just my own personal preference. I think the opening bell is just a little bit too crazy. It's a little bit too volatile. You get caught up in opposite moves, and there's so much volatility off the opening bell that a stock might open up off the opening bell and might explode higher, and then all of a sudden just sells off the entire rest of the day, or vice versa. I like to give stocks a few minutes off the opening bell, give it 10, 15 minutes or so to really get a feel for, is this stock actually strong or is it actually weak? One candle right off the open does not tell me any information about that particular stock. Yes, of course, there's going to be some instances where if you go after a trade right at the opening bell, it's going to work to your benefit. There's going to be other times you're going to go after a trade right at the opening bell and it's going to be to your detriment. It really just comes down to your style and your personal preference. I know a lot of traders that do enter pre-market. There's nothing wrong with entering pre-market. It just depends, again, on your style. Okay, it just depends on what your game plan is with that particular stock. All right. I personally will wait a few minutes after the open. That's just my own preference because I like to let that opening volatility, I like to let it settle down so I can get a better feel for if the stock is really strong or weak on the day. And then I like to go ahead and enter my trades. Most of my trade entries are in like the 9:45 to 10:15 time frame. That's usually when most of my trades will take place, or when I enter most of my positions will be in that 9:45 to 10:15 time frame. Okay. But then I also will enter trades all throughout the course of the day. I mean, there's plenty of times I enter trades in the afternoon. It really just depends on the actual setup. But I think for new traders, if you're a brand new trader, and especially if you're not a scalper, I'd stay away from the first couple candles on the day. Let that opening bell volatility settle down so you don't get spun around off the open with one big candle up or one big candle down. Give it some time, gauge strength or weakness before you go ahead and attack a trade. Great questions here so far, folks. Go ahead, fire away. I'll take a couple more. Bass Goose says, my goal is to be a full-time trader, but does that mean I would be sitting at the computer all day? No, Bass Goose, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I don't have this moderator with me here today, but one of our moderators, the Wolf doesn't even really sit in front of his computer. He maybe sits in front of his computer for 1 or 2 hours during the day, and that's it. He likes to trade from his cell phone. He's more of a swing trader, so we like to get into trades today. He gets out of them in 2 or 3 days later. And just bases his trading off of specific levels and specific areas and different trends and different fundamental catalysts. It really, again, you can be a full-time trader and not be in front of your computer screen all day long. I mean, if you can make your daily goal within an hour, so be it. Make your daily goal within an hour and then go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day, or go ahead and do other things. A lot of the members that we have inside of True Trading Group that are full-time traders, they've now kind of done other things. They've become entrepreneurs. They've started other businesses. And you might have some people that might trade from, 9:30 in the morning Eastern time, and they might trade until 11 or 12, and then they're done trading for the day, and they go and they start working on, other projects or other businesses and other ventures that they have going on, or other sources of income for them. You don't have to be sitting in front of your computer screen all day long. Myself, I do sit in front of the computer screen all day long. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing. This is what I will continue to do. And there's, like I said, 8 other moderators in chat besides myself that will be able to walk you guys through and guide you through the trading session. Okay, so again, you don't have to be in front of a computer screen all day long. It's a very big misconception. Although I am, you guys don't have to be. I do a lot of other things during the day too. Like I do a lot of one-on-one mentor sessions with a lot of our members where, we dive into members' problems specifically and try to work on what are they struggling with? What are their weaknesses? What are they doing wrong? What adjustments can we make so that they can improve on their P&L and they can improve on their results? So I'm not just sitting in front of my computer screen trading nonstop all day long. I pick my spots, and I'm not a scalper, so I don't need to be in, out, in, out, in, out. I like to say, hey, I really like this stock. I think it's going to move higher. I'm going to buy it. I set a stop loss. I hold on to it for 1, 2, 3 hours as I peel profits off, as that trade works out in my favor. And then I go about my business and I go about my day. You can do the same thing. Andrew Nadir says, how do you scan for swing trade setups? Okay, how do you scan for swing trade setups? Excellent question. Okay, we've actually done a lot of workshops in True Trading. We do workshops with our members every week. the moderators and I will host different workshops covering a variety of different topics. And Jay Downing, who's one of our moderators in chat, who is actually one of our swing traders, he actually just recently held a workshop that talks about, actually 2 workshops. Actually, if you go back to Trader Palooza, and then just the other week, he hosted a workshop about swing trade setups and how to find swing trade setups. One way to scan for swing trade setups is, first, it's extremely important if you're going to be a swing trader that you get a finger on the pulse of the overall market. Okay. If you're going to be swing trading, you're going to be looking to catch trend. Okay. Trend will last a couple of days. You're not going to be able to successfully swing trade if you're not able to get a feel for, is the market strong or is the market weak? You've got to be able to say, okay, I think the markets are going to move higher over the next 2 or 3 days. Therefore, I'm going to look to be long some individual stocks. Vice versa, if the market's going to be weak the next couple of days, you got to look for reasons or individual situations or stocks where you can look to get short. The daily chart is how I would do most of my swing trading scanning, and looking specifically for relative strength and relative weakness. Pay very close attention to days like today when the market rips, but some stocks are like struggling to move higher. Pay very close attention to those stocks on days like today, because those are stocks that are relatively weak. So if you believe that the market's going to have a move to the downside, you're going to want to pay attention to short or buy put options in the stocks that when the markets were moving higher, the ones that were having a tough time moving higher. So relative strength and relative weakness is a huge factor in scanning for swing trade setups. So whenever the markets, and this is what swing traders do. Swing traders don't necessarily make trades every day. A lot of the time spent from a swing trader is going through and analyzing relative strength, relative weakness, and focusing on different areas of the market that they believe are strong or weak. And then you use that relative strength or weakness to then time whether it's a combination of a fundamental catalyst with technical analysis, which is going to be the best ones, right? Like, for example, if you believe that oil stocks are going to go down, and there's a announcement tomorrow that the Saudis are going to increase and ramp up their oil production by 1 million barrels a day. If you saw a news release like that, that's a negative for the price of oil. So the price of oil, you would then assume that it would drop. And if that's the case, then now that's a fundamental catalyst that can possibly make oil stocks move to the downside. And if you're looking at like OXY, for example, one oil stock that actually maybe a bad example because Warren Buffett is buying that stock in the boatloads. I think he owns like 20% of the company now. But I'm just using that as a random example. If you said, okay, Oxy's at, $62 and there's major resistance at 63, and all of a sudden this news comes out about oil prices dropping, you might want to short that stock, and then you have that resistance of 63 above you, and you look for then weakness in oil stocks as the price of oil moves to the downside, and then you can look to hold on to that position for 1, 2, maybe even 3 days as you catch the trend from the fundamental catalyst. Okay, but it's all going to start with relative strength and relative weakness when you're looking for swing trade setups. Now, we'll help you do this because we actually will give you every day in True Trading, we give you guys watch lists. Okay, we give you a swing trade watch list. We give you an options watch list, and then we give you an individual stock day trade watch list. So depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking to swing trade, or if you're looking to day trade, if you're looking to trade options, we have different watch lists depending on what it is that you're looking for. Right? So every day we're going to do a lot of that heavy lifting for you. We'll do that scanning for you, and we'll tell you, hey, based on our scanning and our analysis, these are the stocks that we're looking at for swing trades. These are the reasons why. And this is how we plan on trading them. We're going to buy the stock here. We're going to have our stop loss here. We're going to take profits here, here, here. And we'll give you guys that game plan every day. Every day you guys get that game plan. So you know exactly what it is that we are focusing on. And then when you're listening to chat, or if you're on the mobile app, whenever the mods enter trades or exit trades, you get the push notification on your mobile app. So like again, so if you can't be in chat, you still know what's going on. Great question so far, folks. Let's see. Tim PK. What's up, Tim? Tim says, Mike, what's your advice to the trader that is successful for 60 to 90 days at a time, several times, but eventually falls off the risk management wagon? TTG Lifer. Yes, Tim. Tim is a lifetime member of True Trading Group. Tim, I love it, man. We put a ring on it. Welcome to the lifetime TTG membership. What I would say to you is this, Tim. Now, this is actually something that's actually pretty common when traders first start to get a taste of success. Their discipline breaks down. I see it a lot. Like I said, I do one-on-one mentor sessions every day with members. I've probably had one-on-one mentor sessions with over 1,000 different traders. It's a reoccurring theme. People get very excited when they start to have success and they start to make money. They feel like I've done it. I've cracked the code. I figured it out. But then all of a sudden, what do? They feel like I'm ready to take off the training wheels, as if the success that you're having and the money that you're making is not real. Like you're not really trading. No, you are, and you're making money and you're having success. So build on top of exactly what you're doing. But a lot of people forget what got them to that point of success in the first place. They get a little overzealous. Okay. They take bigger risk than they should. You know, maybe they were risking $100 a trade. Now all of a sudden they're risking 400. Okay. And then 1 or 2 losses wipes out 1 or 2 weeks of profit. And then your confidence is hit. So a lot of people it's a problem of just discipline. They just get overzealous after having a little bit of success. My advice is that when you get to that point where you're 60 to 90 days successful and you're very excited and you're ready to increase your risk, when it comes time to increasing your position size, do so, Tim, in 25% increments. If you're risking $100 per trade and you're having success for 60, 90 days and you're ready to bump up, start risking 125. Don't go from risking 100 to now risk 300 to 400. It's very important for 2 main reasons why you increase your risk by 25% increments. One is psychological, to make sure that you feel exactly the same. You might feel differently in a trade. If you're used to risk $100, now you're risking 400. You're going to be nervous. You're going to be sweating. Your heart's going to be racing. Your leg's going to be shaking. You're going to make decisions based on emotions. When you make decisions based on emotions, that's when you make mistakes. When you make mistakes, that's when you lose money. So reason number 1, increase by 25%, is because you slowly climb the ladder and it's easier for you emotionally to deal with the higher risk if you increase that risk little by little over time. The second reason why it's important to increase your risk little by little over time is to build a cushion in your P&L. Give your P&L a chance to catch up to your new risk. If you normally risk $100 on a trade, right? When you make a winning trade, maybe you're making $175, $200, $150. But then if all of a sudden you start risking $400 a trade, now 2 losses, you lost $800. But it would have taken you 6 wins to make $800. You've created an air pocket in your P&L. It's like a small cap flushing to the downside and halting. There's nothing there. So those big losses at the higher position size, at the higher risk, evaporate all of your profit from 1 or 2 weeks, and you can do that in 1 or 2 days. That is extremely detrimental, obviously not just to your P&L, but also to your psyche. All the confidence that you built to get to that point where you felt good enough to say, I'm ready to increase my risk, all that confidence is erased and you're back to square one and you're trading scared again. You've just erased all of your confidence. I know a lot of successful traders. Many of them have completely different trading styles, a lot of differences amongst them. One common trait they all have, regardless of their style, is that they're all confident. You got to protect your confidence at all costs as a trader. Once you lose confidence, you second guess yourself, you second guess your analysis, you don't attack trades that you see, you hesitate, you miss opportunities, you get even more frustrated. So by increasing in 25% increments, now instead of you making, if you're risking $125, instead of you making 150, 175 when you're right, now you're making 200, 225. Then you increase by another 25% and then another 25%. And you make sure that when you do that increase, trade, like when you go from 100 to 125, stay there for 2 weeks. Make sure you're still profitable. Make sure you're feeling good. Then bump it up another 25%. Trade there for a couple weeks. Make sure you're still profitable. Make sure you feel good. You have to build the cushion. You got to allow you to have winning trades at the higher risk so that when you bump to your next risk level, you built a little bit of a cushion. So now if you take a couple losses, your P&L can absorb it. And that will keep your confidence in check. And that will keep your mental capital in line. Very, very important that's how I teach all of our members to increase their risk. And Tim, that's going to be my advice to you because I've seen it many, many times. People have success. They lose their discipline. They break down. They trade. They had success trading AMC and AMD and Ford, and Bank of America. And then all of a sudden they go, I'm going to go trade Tesla now. I'm going to go trade Moderna. Why would you do that? Stick to what is working. Build on top of that. Get bigger that way. Great question, though, Tim. I hope that was helpful, bro. Carrie Ernst says, was the Johnson & Johnson pullback due to advisement even with a decent earnings report, kind of like Apple was yesterday? The pullback in Johnson & Johnson today was more their exposure on a global scale. These global juggernauts are going to have issues with currency. The rise in the US dollar in the second quarter this year creates a problem for companies that do business overseas. Now, I told you guys about this. I've been telling you about this for the last week, that this can be a problem for a lot of your major international corporations. 30% of the S&P 500's earnings come from overseas. When the US dollar is as strong as it is, basically an even peg now to, or an even to the euro, okay, which hasn't happened in God knows how long. I don't even remember the last time whenever that has happened, when the euro and the US dollar were 1 for 1. The US dollar has been significantly stronger than the US dollar, or the euro has been significantly stronger than the US dollar since I can remember. But that hurts earnings for companies that do business overseas in other local currencies. Similar thing happened with IBM. IBM had the same problem. IBM doing business overseas, a lot of their business actually is done in Japan, and the strength of the US dollar compared to the Japanese currency creates a problem. When that revenue comes back to the US, it gets converted back into US dollars. So it was more of an issue there for Johnson & Johnson, just like it was with IBM. And I would expect major corporations that do business over, like internationally, like McDonald's, may have a very similar situation. McDonald's does a lot of business internationally, right? So it's like you got to be paying attention to a lot of your international companies. They're going to have problems with that. So that was kind of a main reason why you had Johnson & Johnson kind of taking a hit today. Same thing there. Same thing goes with IBM. Earnings themselves really weren't bad, but some issues there when it comes to currencies. Great questions, folks. I'll take a couple more, maybe one or two more, and then we're going to bring on my special guest for this evening to talk about new segment today, and that's going to be Trade of the Day. Guys, I'm just going to ask, I see a lot of questions about the SPY and the overall market. If you're just tuning in, please refrain from SPY and overall market questions. I promise you I'm going to answer all of those questions later. Okay. One of the main topics I'm going to go through on this live stream is why the markets went up today, is the bottom in, and I'm going to go over some lessons on long-term portfolio building. Okay. That's going to be the main topic of the live stream. I'm doing a Q&A right now to answer some questions and to, allow for some people to come on. So I see a lot of the SPY and market questions. I promise you I'll go over that in detail in just a few minutes. Okay, here we go. I see some questions about Tesla earnings. Let's talk about Tesla earnings. All right, let's talk about Tesla earnings. Bald Eagle says, yeah, can you talk about your thoughts on Tesla earnings coming up, please? Sure. Okay, so Tesla right now, guys, is sitting in a massive bear flag. Okay, this is a massive bear flag for Tesla. Okay, you see very clearly move to the downside, consolidation flag, and typically bear flags resolve themselves as a continuation to the downside. So the trend in Tesla is to the downside. Here's this moment of consolidation, and then typically with bear flags, the trend then continues to the downside. I actually do believe that, and Tesla was relatively weak today compared to the rest of the market. Tesla never got above yesterday's high. Okay, so you see here yesterday's high. We never got back above yesterday's high. But when you take a look at the SPY, we blew through yesterday's high. You take a look at the NASDAQ, we blew through yesterday's high. So Tesla was relatively weak today. I actually do think that Tesla has a risk here of missing on earnings. Their CFO, and I keep going back to this because this was a shock to me when I heard it. Their CFO made a comment several weeks back, I think it was back in June, that some of their factories, they called them a dumpster fire. Now, I don't know about you guys, but a dumpster fire, that to me sounds negative. So I think you have the potential of Tesla actually missing on earnings. And honestly, it would be a surprise because Tesla is known to, exceed expectations, deliver on earnings, surpass their delivery marks. They were able to avoid a lot of the supply chain issues, earlier in the year. I just think that, I don't know, call it a gut feeling. I don't know. I just think that you might have some downside on Tesla after the earnings. But let me make myself very crystal clear. Trading earnings is a coin flip. I have no idea what Tesla's earnings are going to be. I can give you my thoughts, but in reality, it's an educated guess. I don't like guesses. I don't like coin flips. When you flip a coin, you have 50-50 odds of it becoming heads or tails. Earnings, you have a 50-50 chance of the stock going up or down. And it's not going to be based on anything technical. It's not going to be based on your analysis of a chart, your analysis of different indicators. It's solely going to be, what are their earnings? What are their guidance? Nobody has those answers except Elon Musk himself and his top tier C-suite executives. I don't like trading earnings. I don't position myself for earnings. I don't sit here and say, okay, well, I think Tesla is going to miss, so I'm going to go and I'm going to buy put options. I'm not going to trade Tesla's earnings. They're tomorrow after the bell. I'm going to pay attention and see what they are. And then maybe there's a trade after those earnings come out if I think that the stock is going to be strong or weak after that announcement. But I'm not going to try to position myself because it's a coin flip. It's 50-50 odds. And if I wanted 50-50 odds, I would go to Vegas. As a trader, it's your job to identify probability, right? It's just like playing poker. Playing poker, it's your job to identify probability. What is the probability that you have the best hand at the table? And you play that probability over and over and over again. Trading is no different. You wait for high probability setups, not 50-50s, like 70-75s. And then you put yourself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. That's what trading is. You practice risk management on the 25% or 30% of the time that the trade doesn't work out and you're going to have losing trades. That's part of trading. But you manage your risk and you keep those losses small. You don't hold on to losing trades longer than you're supposed to. You don't average down on losing positions. You don't hope and pray that the stock recovers. You exit the trade when you were wrong and you move on. And you put yourself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. All right. So I think Tesla has a chance to miss here. The stock has been relatively weak during this little market recovery. And that comment from the CFO kind of has me a little concerned with maybe some of their overseas factories. I could be completely wrong. They can blow it out of the water. The stock can go to $830 tomorrow afternoon. Okay. But I got a feeling that they might miss. But again, I'm not taking a trade on it. Okay. So this is not a situation I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I don't like trading earnings, and that's the reason why. Do you see any correlation between Roblox and Netflix? Will we get a play tomorrow with Netflix earnings? That's a really good question. No, I don't see a correlation between Roblox and Netflix. This is from, okay, I don't see a correlation between Netflix and Roblox. They're not correlated. They're not even in the same business. One is, a video game platform and kind of a metaverse play. Netflix is, streaming, content, a little bit of a different type of thing. So I don't see a correlation between the two at all. Okay. I don't see a correlation between the two at all. Is there a play for us there on Netflix? I think so. Netflix's earnings were not great, but they weren't terrible. But it did break over a major level of resistance at 205. Okay, so you can see here this resistance level at 205, right? You guys see that? So this resistance level that you had here at 205, we broke through it today with earnings. So we're gapping above that level. I'm going to look to see if this 205 level becomes support now. And I think maybe you can get a little bit of a relief move here on Netflix after getting absolutely destroyed in 2022. Stock's been absolutely gutted. So I think you can get a little bit of a relief rally here to the upside. I would look for Netflix long. Their earnings were not, listen, they were expected to lose 2 million subscribers. They only lost about 1 million subscribers. So that's better than expected. However, they missed on revenue slightly, but they beat on earnings per share. But they also revised guidance lower. Their guidance was supposed to be 1.8 million new subscribers in Q3. They are anticipating 1 million subscribers in Q3. So a mixed bag on the Netflix earnings, and the stock still went up 14% because I just think that so much negative news was baked into Netflix that the slightest bit of positive remarks or positive results would cause the stock move higher. I told you guys this last night on my live stream. People were asking me about Netflix earnings. I told you that the risk here is to the upside. That I told you that I think you have a chance of an upside surprise for Netflix, where so much bad was already baked in after two horrific earnings reports, and the company guided significantly lower for this quarter. So the opportunity for them to beat those expectations was there. And that's exactly what happened. We were right on that call. Upside surprise on Netflix. Stock now trading up 14% on the day. All right, guys. That kind of wraps up. That concludes, okay, our Q&A segment. I hope that you guys found that helpful. I hope you guys asked some really great questions there. So I do hope that was helpful. You guys did a great job. Remember, guys, don't ever be shy whenever we do these Q&As. It's here for you. We do these Q&A. You guys are here to learn, right? So we do these for you. Don't ever be shy or embarrassed because you think that you have a silly question. There's no such thing as a silly question, guys. Everybody start. I've been doing this for over 15 years, 16 years, really. I had a day one also, though. Always remember that. All right. So don't feel embarrassed to ask questions. That's how you guys learn. All right. So that concludes our Q&A. Next segment of our live stream is going to be the trade of the day. And to help me go through this new segment called the trade of the day, none other than TTG moderator Jessica Woodard. Everybody welcome Jessica.
Hey, yo.
There she is. What's up, Jessica? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Crazy day in the markets today.
Yes.
Crazy day in the markets today. And I want to thank you for coming on here and helping me go through our segment here for trade of the day, because it is a trade that you made today. Guys, so those that do not know, the trade of the day today for us inside of True Trading Group was none other than one of my favorite long-term holdings in my portfolio, and that is AMD. So we have been kind of talking about these semiconductor stocks for the last couple of days, especially with the news that recently came out that Congress was looking to pass the CHIPS Act, which now some news out that from Mitch McConnell saying it doesn't look like they're gonna vote on that right now. But that caused a little bit of a move higher in a lot of these semiconductor names, as a lot of people are anticipating that CHIPS Act to eventually go through, and that's going to be a $52 billion investment into bringing chip manufacturing here in the United States instead of relying so heavily in factories in Taiwan and in other places overseas. That's going to be a big help for a lot of your semiconductors. Now, that's going to help other semiconductor companies more than others. Like that would really help out Intel. Intel is going to benefit greatly from that CHIPS Act, but it's given a boost to all of the semiconductor stocks. Okay, it's given a boost to all of them. Now, AMD specifically was something that we were talking about this morning, and I'll actually pull up my chart. And like I said, guys, something that we do inside True Trading Group is that every single day we provide you with a watch list and a game plan. And that's going to be what stocks that we're looking at, how we plan on trading them, exactly what we think that these stocks are going to do. AMD and NVIDIA were on that list for us today, and it turned out to be the trade of the day. And Jessica absolutely ripped this trade to shreds. So I'd like to have Jessica come on here, guys, right now. I'll walk it through on the charts. Jessica, you can go through. I'll follow along with your breakdown, and I'll have it up on the charts here, and I'll let you go ahead and break down the trade of the day.
Okay, awesome. So this morning, initially in pre-market and coming into the bell, I don't know. I just like had this feeling that the market was not going to hold. I can't even really explain it. I just felt like, I don't know about this because we got such a big gap up that I
It
was
was
like,
sketchy. It was
what
sketchy.
is going on? Like I literally was taken by surprise. And so as I'm watching things trade after the bell, I talked yesterday about semiconductors and how well they were holding up. And I think you mentioned that also. And we've talked about it in STR, which if you don't know what that is, it's Sniper Trading Robot Group. It's awesome.
Yep.
But we talked about that in STR, just, how well semiconductors have done this week. And so coming into today, I was a little hesitant just because of the overall market and that just weirdness that I felt about it. And so I got on the mic and I told members like, hey, AMD's pushing up into this 84 resistance. Like, I'm going to let it play out. I'm going to let it push higher. And then I'm looking for a low volume pullback, which if we get it, that should line up with like the 23.6 fib around your initial morning open high. And your trade line should catch up by then. And if we hold that level, then I'll get long, but I'm only going to get long with 75% of my position size. So reason being, because of my feeling about the market, I wanted to just go in with a little less risk so that I was able to hold on any type of pullback. So I got long there AMD on that exact pullback that I had explained to members on the mic at 83.31. We bounced off that level. And then I took my first piece of profit at 83.75, which that's right in front of the initial high of day. I always try to take a piece of profit off at that level. I call that my insurance on the trade, just to give me a little room in case we pull back from that level and bounce around or whatever. The markets are volatile right now. So, profit in your pocket, best place to be.
Right. Safest place for it.
Yep. So, then we extended through that level and I took my next piece of profit at 84.38, which is in front of yesterday's high of day. This could be a level of resistance. So I did take another piece of profit there. And I told members that I wanted to be prudent in taking profit because I just still had this feeling about the overall market. I don't even know how to explain it, but
you just couldn't trust it. It's like we just couldn't trust this big gap up in the markets. It caught so many people off guard.
It was wild because I even remember like watching NVIDIA and I was like, man, this would be an awesome setup. But like, I just could not bring myself to do it. And I felt the same way with AMD today. So it was it was a good trade, but it wasn't like an easy trade. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, anyway, then I held my last piece because like I said, I was only in 75%. So I only took 3 profits. My last piece came off at 85.60. So that was my trade today. But I do think that, I don't know, I just have this feeling that the markets are going to pull back a little bit. So I wanted to hold that last piece, but you never know. Like, look at today. We didn't expect what happened today. So.
Right. I mean, the market just kept on plowing through resistance levels today. It was just it was a low volume day. And the markets were just churning. Every resistance level that got tested today, the markets were able to kind of push through it. Yep. We're still in this area of resistance on the overall markets. And guys, I'm going to talk to you about the SPY and the overall market. I'll give you that whole analysis in just a few moments. But yeah, I mean, to Jessica's point, it was just difficult to kind of trust that move today. But still, the trade of the day today, and I've highlighted the entry, first take, second take, and then that's the third and final take in AMD. And then this thing going higher after hours. Look at this, Jessica. It's up at $87.
I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, after you're out of the trade, it's easy to say like, I should have held that last piece or whatever, but it could be the opposite. And I would be thankful that I got out. So it was a great trade today. But it was crazy because we got up to that 85, 60 area resistance. I call it an area because it kind of bounces around there, but we got up to that level and it just like trickled right through it. Just went
like
right
it wasn't
through
like
it.
a major break. It was just like,
what in the world is happening?
Yeah. I feel like all the stocks today that were breaking through resistance, I just imagine like a little old man with like a wooden chisel, like just chiseling through like a piece of like these little tiny bites to eventually break them through. But yeah, guys, and listen, and I just want to follow up. This was the trade of the day today, AMD. Congratulations, Jessica, and all of our members that were able to capitalize on the AMD trade with Jessica. If you guys maybe comment something in chat, if you guys caught this trade today in the TTG chat with us, if you guys made money on AMD, or maybe it was in video, or if you used this analysis to trade one of the other semiconductors. But definitely the trade of the day today in chat for us. So congratulations to all of our members that were able to capitalize on this. Always remember, guys, like you said, we saw this, the Jessica's final take profit. The stock has moved a little bit higher, but always remember, it is not your job as a trader to catch a stock's entire move. Your job is to identify high probability setups that you can implement your strategy successfully. And if you do that and you execute your game plan and you make money, you put that money in your pocket, you pat yourself on the back, you celebrate whatever it is that you do. You have a glass of wine, you get a piece of pizza, whatever it is, drink a cold one, jump in the pool, whatever floats your boat, whatever tickles your pickle, whatever it is. You pat yourself on the back. That's a damn good job. And congratulations on the trade. You're never going to catch a stock's entire move. You're not going to buy the bottom and sell the exact top. Don't try to. That's when you get yourselves in trouble. Remember, safest place for profit is in your pocket. And I just want to highlight for people for technical analysis reasons and technical analysis purposes, okay, what I want to talk to you guys about here for this, because this is a very important lesson when it comes to technical analysis, okay? This setup is a very high probability setup and pattern. And I want to explain to all of those viewers that are watching this, okay, to understand why this is a high probability pattern and setup. There's very specific things about this pattern that gives you high probability. And this is important. Take some notes on this, guys, because this is something you can use. You see this pattern again tomorrow. This can help you guys make money. You had a very clear, defined double bottom in AMD to start the day. I want to just draw this out for you guys here real quick. Again, for those just joining us, we're covering the trade of the day today in the TTG chat, and that was long AMD. It was a home run trade, and I'm breaking down the analysis for you guys here today with one of our other moderators, Jessica, on the live stream here with me. So this double bottom, when you have a stock that double bottoms like this and immediately shoots up to break the high of the day, that is a sign of strength. When you go from the low of the day on a double bottom straight through the high, that is a sign of strength. And then this is what's called the initial morning high. You broke through it, and then all of a sudden you start to look and you see, well, you have multiple indicators that are converging on this area to give you support. And those indicators to give you support are the initial morning high, your VWAP indicator, which is this orange line, and then your trade line, which is this teal baby blue line, that use turquoise line you see on the screen. But where else did that turquoise line come into play? At the double bottom. So you double bottomed with the trade line, broke through the initial morning high, VWAP trade line, initial morning high, lines up there perfectly, gives you a nice TTG triangle chart pattern, which is what this is. It's a TTG triangle. It's one of my favorite chart patterns. It's an extremely high probability setup. You will learn to trade this like the back of your hand when you guys become members of True Trading Group. And then you get the break out of the triangle. You break through that previous little pivot high. And then all of a sudden, that high starts to act as an area of support. And then you just get all this beautiful follow through to the upside. It's a textbook TTG triangle setup. There's a lot of pieces to this analysis that gives you the high probability. This, folks, is exactly what I mean by you want to be able to look for high probability patterns and setups. And this is a prime example of one of them. My advice to those that are on this live stream watching this here now is to maybe just take a screenshot of AMD, go back, review this, analyze it, because this is something that can really help you guys make money down the road. All right. So guys, I also want to just a quick point of reference. I want to bring to people's attention that Jessica, as many of you just saw her break down this trade, and she traded it perfectly here today. Jessica, who is now a full-time moderator with True Trading Group, originally started out as an annual member of True Trading Group and went through our apprentice program to now become a full-time trading moderator with TTG, and is now dominating Roblox, AMD, NVIDIA, and all of these other semiconductors. You're the AMD. I swear, when your phone rang today, when you were on the microphone, I thought it was Lisa Sue calling you to complain, to tell you to just leave her alone, leave her stock alone, because you're just stealing money from all the rest of the people that are trying to trade that stock. But I just wonder, like, Jessica, because when you started True Trading Group, when you first became an annual member with us, what kind of experience did you have with the markets? And I just think it might be important for a lot of people that are on here live that don't really know anything and they're looking to get started. I mean, you're a perfect example of someone that kind of got themselves started. And I wonder if you can maybe just say a couple of words on what it was like for you, going through the TTG platform and to eventually reaching goals that you maybe never thought were possible, even if you go back 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I joined True Trading Group, I knew nothing. Like, I knew what VWAP was, and I felt pretty smart for knowing what VWAP was, but I gambled in the stock market for 5 months before I joined True Trading Group, and I lost a lot of money. And I knew when I needed to join. I watched the live stream a couple times, and I know you always tease me about this, but it's when you had COVID and it was Wolf here, and I was like, man, this is cool. Like, like, we could still learn stuff, but like, it's fun, like, this could be great. So I joined from one of these live streams, and very quickly I immersed myself into the platform, and I went through the courses in about 2.5 weeks, which that varies from person to person, but I put a lot of work into my education because it was all there for me. Like, for me, it was taking advantage of what I had just paid for, So
Right, exactly.
I immersed myself very quickly, and then I quickly learned through like the chat room and just seeing other members like communicate in chat that I needed to figure out my identity, because I was like following your trades and then trying to trade my own and then like trying to follow Jay, and like I was all over the place. And so I very quickly got back to the simulator and was like, figure out your trader identity. So I tried everything that there is to trade. I tried doing like this hotkey fast stuff, and kids are like, Mom, I need help. Mom, like, and I had so much anxiety that I'm like, yep, nope, that's not for me right now. And then, I tried options. I didn't get too much into it. I just tried everything, and I landed on mid cap momentum. So once you figure out your style, it's really easy to pinpoint what additional resources that the platform has, like the study groups and the paloozas and all the different things that there is to offer. Once you figure out your style, you can go through those and take what you can apply to you as a trader, and just kind of weave through the things that maybe you're not interested in right now, or you don't trade, or whatever. So I remember like times doing dishes and watching like study groups and just spending all this time, learning. And then I very quickly turned my account around and really just connected with members through chat, because at the time there wasn't STR. So I would like share ideas like, hey, I'm looking at Roblox, because that was the first thing that I studied. And I'm like, these are the levels I'm watching. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm going to do this, And very shortly after that, I became an apprentice of True Trading Group. And it was an amazing experience to be able to help members. And my heart always lied there since I joined, because, just the community we have, it's hard not to do that,
Yeah,
So,
right.
Just becoming an apprentice was one of the greatest things for me, because it allowed me to learn how other people traded and just more so connect with members through like message, through main chat and things like that, you know? So go over like ideas and maybe things that they were struggling with or whatever. And then shortly after that, I became a full-time moderator of True Trading Group, and I love it. So
yes, yes. And I know, you know, since you've kind of, your journey has progressed, what kind of goals have you been able to achieve and accomplish for you and your family?
So, as many of you know my story already because we talk about it in Lifetime and stuff, my goal from the very start has been to work my way towards retiring my husband one day. And very slowly, I am achieving that goal because more and more he's able to take off days of work because of the freedom that trading has brought to our family, and spend that time with the kids as I'm trading. And I can look right out my window right here and watch them swimming. And
Awesome.
it's super cool to like be stair stepping towards that goal. And I told a member today on a one-on-one, if you guys don't know, our Lifetime membership offers one-on-ones to our members. And we're just talking about, you know, the patience in our big goal, you know? So it's crazy you asked me that question because we discussed that today about, you know, I'm stair stepping, but it's those little moments, like the days he does take off work. And I know that's because of the hard work and what the platform has taught me. And, you know, it's a really cool feeling to be able to get to where we are today. And I'm excited to see where we're going to be next year at this
Yes, time. Yes. I love it. I love it. Jessica, I'm so damn happy for you and your family, and the more time and freedom that you know, achieving success here has enabled for you and your husband to spend more time with your kids and with each other. I mean, it's awesome. It's literally what everybody strives for, and you're living, breathing proof that if you guys are serious about this, the TC platform can help you reach your goals. Jessica did not know, okay, you know, she had very little experience. Like you heard from her, she just gambled. She was just messing around for a few months, didn't know what she was doing. And now here she is, a full-time trading mod with True Trading Group, having success and you know, reaching goals for her and her family financially. And it's just absolutely amazing. I'm so damn proud of you and the progress that you've made. Amazing trade today on AMD.
I didn't want to interrupt you when I went like this, but I wanted to say, and I've been able to hire a nanny.
Yes! Yes, I love it. Yeah, you've got an army of kids over there. You need help. You have an army over there. You're outnumbered.
Listen, those are goals. Like, now that I'm able to trade with a nanny, I'm like, wow, this is the real deal right here.
That's awesome. Oh, man, that's incredible. That's so great. That's fantastic. I love it. Music to my ears. I'm so happy for you, and your family. Just incredible. Again, Jess, thanks for coming on here and walking through the trade of the day today. AMD, congratulations again, TC members that caught this trade. Just absolutely beautiful execution on AMD. Everybody give a big warm thank you to Jessica Woodard, TTG Mod.
Thank you. See you in chat tomorrow.
Awesome. I love it, Jessica. I love it. Thanks a lot. Have a great night. Go enjoy the time with your kids. Go. Get out of here. Take care, Jess. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh man, guys, that's awesome. I got to, I'm so happy for Jessica and for her family and everything. Just incredible. But like that's proof. That's proof right there that, you know, for some of you, like she joined True Trading Group. She was on one of these live streams. She joined. She went through the platform. She got educated. She took it seriously. And now she entered our apprentice program. And now she's a full-time trading mod with True Trading Group. And you heard from her. Her husband takes time off now from work. She was able to hire a nanny. Just absolutely incredible. A real true success story and proof that you guys can reach those goals as well. All right. What I want to do here real quick is I want to go through with you guys the main topics of our live stream are coming up here next. We're going to be talking about why did the SPY move higher today? Why did the markets move higher? Everybody wants to know why the markets moved higher. I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to give you the answer why the markets moved higher today. But then we got to follow that question up with, does that now mean that the bottom is in? Like, that's the question that everybody is having right now, because literally just a couple of days ago, it was full-blown panic mode. Okay? Full-blown panic mode. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's like, wait, is the bottom in? We're going to talk about that as well. And then I'm going to give you guys a couple of lessons on how to build wealth in your long-term portfolio and how to build and structure that portfolio, because it's very, very, very relevant to what's going on in the overall market here now. It's very, very relevant to what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks or last couple of months now, really, since I started adding my long-term portfolio. I started adding my long-term portfolio in May, a little piece. I added a much bigger chunk in June. I still do have cash on the sidelines. I'm not fully invested yet. I still do have cash on the sidelines that I have not yet put into the markets. But on June 17th, which as it stands right now, happens to be the low of the year. But on June 17th is the day that I bought 20 different stocks. I put a nice chunk of change into the markets on June 17th. Go back and watch my live stream from June 17th. It's right on this YouTube channel. And you'll see that I made the announcement that I am adding to my long-term portfolio. And just so happens that right now is the low of the year. But we'll talk about that in just a few moments. Okay, so we have a lot to go over still. Why the markets went up, some lessons in long-term portfolio, is the bottom in. We're going to talk about all that stuff here on this live in just a few moments. But first, I want to see how many people on the live stream right now that are not members of True Trading Group. Type the letters TTG right now, please, guys. Type the letters, okay, TTG, if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Okay, if you're not a member of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG. If you are not a member of, yes, Tejas Ted goes, June 17th was a good day. You're damn right it was. June 17th was an awesome freaking day. Now I just wish I bought more, right? But no, I still do have some cash on the sidelines. All right, let's see. Who's not a member? Guillermo, how are you? Star-Lord, welcome back. Star-Lord, I saw you were having some issues with, you said my chart was blurry. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure what the issue there is. It's clear on my end. It's clear on looks like a lot of other people's end. So I'm not sure about that. Well, Star-Lord, welcome back. Joe G, what's up? Roberto Games. Rad Elmeni, welcome back. TK Turd, Hawk Attack, Johnny Gutierrez, Taryn Ahuja, Darlene Inman, Linda C, welcome back. Show, Kirk Ward, Adam Lucchese, love the last name. John Bianchi, how are you? Eagle wants to know how to join the group. Guys, I'll tell you. Joe G, former member. Joe G, you got to get your butt back, man. I told you, if you guys want to, Joe G, if you want to join, bro, you want to come back to the TC fam, we're more than happy to have you and welcome you home. We got Romano, Percivali, we got Larry, a lot of new faces here. Eagle is asking, how do I join the group? Guys, listen, I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes. I'll tell you how you can join the TC family. Evelyn Wright, welcome. Okay. I'll tell you how you can join the family. Real quick, we got some incentives and we got a discount running here this evening on this live stream for all of you that are here. So you guys can join the platform. We also offer a double your money back guarantee. That's right, double your money back guarantee. I'll tell you about it in a moment. And then don't go anywhere. 5 minutes, it's all it's going to take. Then we're going to talk about why did the markets go higher today? Is the bottom in? I'm going to give you some lessons on building a long-term portfolio. Because so far, we've been building ours masterfully so far this year. And we're going to give you guys some lessons on exactly how to do that. Okay. So it's a lot of important stuff coming up. But first, all of you that just typed TTG, Eagle that's asking, hey, how do I join the platform? I want to make sure that everyone that's typing TTG, you all understand that when you join True Trading Group, you are going to get access to a professional level of education that is similar to what I learned when I worked at a hedge fund in New York City. The education, it's in depth. It's complex, but yet it is easy to understand and easy to implement quickly, whether you've never traded a day in your life. If you are starting from scratch like Jessica was just about 2 years ago, she was starting from complete scratch. Now, full-time mod with True Trading Group. She went through our apprentice program. Her husband takes time off of work now because she's able to supplement their family income and now makes enough to hire a nanny to help her with her army of children that she has at home with her. So that's just incredible. Right? But whether you've never traded a day in your life or if you've been doing this for 10 years, we've got members in True Trading Group that are brokers at Morgan Stanley, that are wealth management professionals, that are licensed financial retirement professionals. We've got former market makers that used to work at Deutsche Bank. And then we have everything in between. This platform can help you guys reach your goals. I get asked all the time, what makes our platform different than the other trading courses that are out there? There's a ton of them. What makes us different is that we're not just courses. You're not joining True Trading Group just because I'm just this amazing trader and you should be blessed to get my trade alerts. That's not what True Trading Group is all about. You're joining TTG to get access to a platform that will increase your chances of success by giving you access to professional level of education, but also giving you access to tools and resources that professional traders use that help them make better decisions. Yes, we have courses in our platform, okay? But you're getting access to some of the top trading and investing tools that this industry has to offer. When you join TTG, you're getting included free with your membership. You don't pay extra for it. You get Benzinga's real-time news feed and Squawk Box. You get TradingView's charting software. You get full book level 2 from Quote Media. You get unusual options activity, dark pool data, short interest, insider buying, analyst ratings, the trade idea scanner, a simulator. You get a social sentiment scanner, a trading journal. All of it is included with your membership. You don't pay extra for any of it. If you did not join True Trading Group and you went to these companies directly to buy their products, you're going to spend about $5,000 a year. It's not cheap. The average person can't spend $5,000 a year to buy access to these tools just to get themselves started. We are on a mission at True Trading Group to provide a platform that levels the playing field for retail traders and investors. That we've spent years building relationships with these companies to offer their products on our platform so you do not have to pay for them. And on top of that, you're joining a community of about 9,600 members that are led by our team of full-time mods that have over 100 years of combined trading experience and have a collective win rate of just under 80%. We are fully transparent. There's a trading journal on our website. It tracks every single execution that our moderators make. The activity from our trading accounts are loaded into this journal every single day. You literally see every execution, every buy, every sell, every stop out, every losing trade, every take profit, every winning trade. It's all right there for you guys to see. We're fully transparent. Results matter at True Trading Group. Your results actually matter. And what I mean by that is your P&L. Do you actually make money by joining True Trading Group? That matters. Okay. And the fact of the matter is, and the bottom line is that most of our members are becoming better traders and they're making money. And to prove that to you, watch very closely. Members of TTG now, I'm talking to members directly. If you are a member and you are making money or becoming a better trader, I want you right now to type the $ in chat. Are you making money? Are you becoming better traders? If that answer is yes, I want you to type the $ in chat. All of you that typed TTG, just read and try to count how many $ come through this side of the screen. Because all these people typing the $, these people found True Trading Group the exact same way that you did here today, and that is on one of these live streams, just like Jessica. Jessica found True Trading Group on a live stream. Now, 2 years later, she's reaching financial goals for her family that she never thought were possible. All these people typing the $, they had the same excuses that you had. Full-time job, small account, no experience, lost money in the markets before, right? Everybody had the exact same excuses that you had. But yet, now, here they are typing the $ telling you that they're making money and that they're becoming better traders. If they can do it, so can you. There's nothing special about all the people that are typing the $ in chat right now. Nothing special about them. If they can do this, so can you. If Jessica can do this with an army of children at home, so can you. So listen, for all of you that are on this live stream right here this evening, okay, you guys, the membership to True Trading Group, it's normally $2,212. However, on this live stream here this evening, you can use the coupon code TTG121. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. Enter the coupon code TTG121, and you will get a 49% discount, which brings the price all the way down to just $1,120 for the entire year. There are no upsells for courses. There are no upsells for tools. Everything that I'm telling you, you guys get included with your membership. Everything you see on that checkout page is included with your membership. You do not pay extra for any of it. Okay, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121, and you'll get the 49% discount. Also, the next 7 people to do so, the next 7 people to do that exact thing will get themselves a brand new free laptop. It's totally free. We even cover the shipping costs, and we ship anywhere in the world. You do not have to enter your address when you sign up. You'll get a welcome email that will give you instructions on how to claim your free laptop. You don't have to enter your address. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the code TTG121. And last but not least, I put my money exactly where my mouth is. You get a double your money back guarantee. The deal is simple. You have 12 months to go through our courses, our quizzes, and attend one study group. If you do those three things and do not ever make the $1,120 membership fee back, if you do not make that back at least once during your membership, I will give you $2,240 in return. That is double your money back. That is a 100% return on your investment. And that is because I stand behind this platform. I see the results that our members have. And since 2016, we have only had to refund 2.5% of our members, and we have a 78% retention rate. 78% of all TG members are choosing to either renew their membership after their year is up or upgrade to become a lifetime member of True Trading Group. That, coupled with the over 1,650 the over 1,650 reviews that we have on Trustpilot rated 5 stars, that in conjunction with the 2.5% refund rate and the 78% retention rate is how I'm able to confidently and comfortably offer you double your money back. If all of our members were losing money, I wouldn't be able to offer you double your money back. True Trading Group would cease to exist. Instead, we're 9,600 members strong, quickly approaching the 10,000 member mark. And it is simply because results matter. All you need to do is go to ttgoffer.com right now to take advantage of this deal. Get your free laptop, get your 49% off, get your double your money back guarantee. You're also going to have an opportunity to go into private study sessions with TTG mods so you can ask questions and get your, speed up your learning curve, and also be able to attend my Head Start workshop, which I'm going to be hosting live, where I will help you identify what trading style and strategy is best for you. If anybody has questions about the membership, you can send a text message right now to 786-505-4047. Again, that is 786-505-4047. If you have questions about the membership, that phone number is right there at the bottom of your screen. 786-505-4047. Send a text message to that phone number right now, folks. Do not wait another minute. There are only 7 of those laptops left for this evening. Chances are they are not going to last until midnight. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that is how you know you are good to go. That is how you know you are getting one of those 7 laptops. As long as you see it, you're getting one. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com right now and enter that code TTG121. Click apply code, check out, and you are good to go, folks. Get your butts in chat. All right? Now, let's head things on over to the main topic of our live stream here today. And we have to talk about why on earth did the markets move higher today? First question, first point of our main topic. Why did we move higher today? And why did we move so far higher today? You guys, I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, all year I've said that I thought the market was going to go through its bottoming process in the summer. Now, yes, I added on June 17th in my long-term portfolio right there, which so far is the low of the year. But I've also been saying during all of this that I did not think that the bottom was in yet. Natarajan, welcome. 6 laptops left, guys. Guys, these laptops are going to go so fast. Everybody loves free stuff. It's a free laptop. You can trade with it, use it for work, give it to your kid for school, sell it on eBay. Do whatever you want with it. It's totally free. There's only 6 left, though. Natarajan just grabbed one of them. Welcome to the TTG family. Guys, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. Jump on it now before these laptops run out. Get that 49% discount and get yourself some actual education and access to a platform that can help you reach goals that you never thought were possible, just like Jessica did. All right? And again, if you have questions, you can send a text to 786-505-4047. Don't hesitate to send a text. Don't call that number. It's a text-only phone number. But if you have any questions or concerns, or you're having a hard time signing up, the coupon code's not working, whatever, Send a text message to that phone number right now. Also, if you're a current trial, a previous trial, or a previous member, you send a text message to that number right now as well if you also want to get access to this offer. Because if you're a previous trial, a current trial, or a previous member, we have to whitelist your email address in order for you to sign up again with this coupon code. So if you guys want the $1,120 price and the free laptop, you got to send a text that number as well. Okay? So folks, only 6 laptops left. As long as you see one in your checkout cart, you're getting one. You do not have to enter your address to get the laptop. Once you sign up, you'll get a welcome email. In the welcome email will be instructions on how to claim your free laptop. Okay? Welcome, Natara Jan. 6 laptops left. So why did the markets move higher today? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. And it kind of goes back to what I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks, I've been saying to you that I believe that the markets are going to have one more move to the downside. And I believe the markets have one more move to the downside because I believe that earnings would be good, but guidance would be bad. All this talk of a recession, I was expecting companies, or I still am expecting companies, I still am expecting companies. We've only had like 10% of companies report earnings, a very, very small sample set. We got to see what happens when the rest of the bigger companies start reporting. Netflix, not as important, right, as some of your other major companies that are going to be reporting earnings over the next 2 weeks. That I believe companies were going to lower their guidance for the remainder of the year as they anticipate a recession or a market slowdown or an economic slowdown. That revision of guidance to the downside would then take earnings estimates down, which then takes share prices down. I've been thinking that was what's going to happen here over the next 2 weeks. And I still think that could happen over the next 2 weeks. But what has happened thus far? Let's recap on what earnings have come out so far. JP Morgan. Earnings were good. Jamie Dimon said the consumer is still strong. The consumer is still strong. Small business credit is the best they've ever seen. Citigroup, they beat earnings by $1 billion. Yes, they beat by $1 billion with a B dollars, blew earnings out of the water. Taiwan Semiconductors, well, they did the exact opposite. They actually raised their guidance for the rest of the year. They didn't lower their guidance. IBM comes out today with their earnings. Stock went down because of currency issues with the strong dollar. We talked about that earlier on the live stream. But IBM CEO specifically said, we don't see a slowdown. IBM CEO specifically said, we do not see a slowdown. JP Morgan says consumer is still strong. Small business credit's the best it's ever been. That's the earnings that you've got so far. A lot of the worries that the markets have been eased over the last couple of days. Today's move higher shocked the hell out of me. I was not expecting this type of a move to the upside. I really wasn't. I'll be honest with you guys about that. I tell you every day. I tell you what positions I'm in. I tell you, what I think the market's going to do, what I think individual stocks are going to do. Last night on my live stream, I expected more downside. We came into the morning. I woke up this morning to this big gap up, and I was like, what is this big gap up about? And then you get this huge move to the upside. And guys, last week was the first week that institutions and hedge fund managers actually became net buyers according to the futures market. Net buyers last week. And I just think that a lot of the fears, you got to look at what's the market worried about. The market's worried about a slowing consumer and a recession, right? They're worried about earnings guidance being lowered and earnings estimates coming down. Well, the earnings that you've had so far have actually been good. They haven't been bad. The earnings guidance has not been lowered. Earnings estimates have not come down. You're not hearing recession fears out of the CEOs of these massive companies that have reported earnings so far. In fact, the exact opposite. Taiwan Semi increases their guidance. IBM says we don't see a slowdown. Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan says small business credit's the best we've ever seen. The consumer still looks good. So the fears of, oh man, earnings are going to be a doozy. We're going to get, walloped with guidance revisions. That hasn't happened yet. Doesn't mean that it can't still. I still do think you're going to get some revisions from a lot of big companies. That still creates volatility in this market. But if you do not get that, if this trend continues, if you still get companies that are coming out and saying, nope, we don't see a slowdown. Nope, we're keeping our guidance, or hell, we're raising our guidance. If you get more of that for the rest of this week and you get more of that next week, this market has a lot more room to move higher. Then you start asking yourself, well, then what is the catalyst that is the rug pull? That's what everybody wants to know. Like, is the market, is this a bull trap? Are we setting ourselves up for a rug pull? Or is there more room to this rally? The other thing that people have where the fears have been subsided is the Fed giving you a 100 basis point rate hike on July 27th. Everybody was worried the Fed's going to give us one basis point hike. Or I'm sorry, one full rate hike, 1% instead of 75 basis points, 100 basis points, was what people were scared about. The more aggressive the Fed is, the more likely you have a recession, the more likely it's a deeper recession, the more aggressive the Fed has to be. Well, just the other day, you had Fed member Waller say, we're most likely doing 75, and then the market got too far ahead of itself, expecting 100. That fear has eased. The earnings fear and the guidance fear has eased. The crack in the consumer has eased, because what else have you got in the last couple of days? Amazon had their best Prime Day ever. Really? How can you say the consumer is weak when Amazon had its best Prime Day ever? I'm just giving you guys the facts, right? Now, we can debate whether that's going to change or not over the next couple of months, because I believe that it will. But these are the facts as it stands here today. And if you want to know why the market's moved higher, this is the reason why. Earnings have been much better than people anticipated, including myself. I was expecting a lot more revisions for guidance to the downside, but you haven't gotten it yet. And that's why the markets have moved higher. A lot of those worries have been eased. And people have stepped in and said, you know what, maybe things aren't as bad as we thought. Let's start buying some stuff. If the economic environment deteriorates later, then okay, we'll make adjustments. But right now, as it stands, we're doing okay. And people have stepped in, and hedge fund managers and Wall Street professionals, as I mentioned to you the other day, that last week, according to the futures market, they were net buyers. Okay, people are stepping in and they're buying stocks because things so far are not as bad as people thought they were going to be. That is why the markets have moved higher. And the markets could move higher. If you do not get revisions and guidance to the downside over the next 2 weeks, this market can move significantly higher. And then you really got to start thinking about maybe that was it. Maybe June 17th was the bottom. Because then I don't know where then the other catalyst comes for the rug pull. Because by the end of the year, the only way then you get the rug pull, if let's say the earnings guidance never gets revised lower. That's one major fear that the markets have skipped, have avoided. Then the only thing that would really be the rug pull would be if your CPI data for July, your inflation data, if it is still red hot. Because the other thoughts here is that the June inflation numbers that you saw in PPI and CPI, there's a major thought and a major consensus and theory around Wall Street right now that is the worst number that you're going to see. I told you that the other week. When we got our CPI reading of 9.1 for the month of June, I told you that I believe that's going to be the worst CPI number that you're going to see. Meaning I believe the CPI number is going to come down for the month of July after commodity prices have come down. You've had the price of gasoline has come down over 50 cents on average a gallon. At the peak, we were at over $5 a gallon across the country, national average. Now it's down to $4.50. That's a significant drop. That's a significant drop. You know, other commodity prices have all come down. So that drop in commodity prices should filter through into your inflation number for the month of July, which you will get in the second week of August. The only way you get a rug pull if guidance does not get revised to the downside is if that number still shows, let's say 9.0 or 9.2. and inflation is still moving higher even after commodity prices have come down, which will be fueled by rent prices still moving out of control and the wages price spiraling out of control as well. That's the only way then that you would get the rug pull. So when the market looks forward, if this was 2 weeks ago, there was a lot more landmines ahead. What the markets have done, the markets have sidestepped a lot of those landmines. Now, there still are landmines ahead. This doesn't mean coast is clear. I still do think you're going to get some of those earning revisions that are going to create volatility in this market. But we could push a little bit higher until that happens. If you get more earnings tomorrow and then more earnings on Thursday, and it's just, nope, no slowdown here. Nope, we're not revising guidance. This market churns higher. And this takes me to my next, topic that I want to talk to you about, which is, building wealth in a long-term portfolio. I have been adding to my long-term portfolio now for the last 2 months, and I will highlight on the chart where those long-term portfolio adds took place. Okay. Here are the 2 points this year that I added to my long-term portfolio. Point 1, this was a small nibble. I bought about 9 stocks on this day. And this is bite number 2. I bought about 20 different stocks on June 17th. You can just go back and watch my live streams from these days, and you'll see when I made the announcement that I was adding to my long-term portfolio. I didn't necessarily tell you guys exactly what stocks that I bought. That's for TC members only. But I bought about 20 different stocks on June 17th and about 9 different stocks back here in May. Now, this takes me to my next lesson about how to build wealth in your long-term portfolio. The very common mistake that retail investors make is that they fall victim to sensationalism and fear-mongering online. They watch YouTube videos. They see people talking about the market's going to go down 80%. They read all these posts on Reddit about the world is ending. And people, they sit back and they do nothing while the markets go down. You have to realize that even professionals, when you have like Morgan Stanley, for example, Mike Wilson, an analyst at Morgan Stanley, he thinks that the bottom is down around 3,200. Okay. So call it 320 on the SPY. Do you think that means that that at Morgan Stanley, they're not buying anything until the SPY gets to 320? Do you think that that's how professionals actually manage money and how they build their portfolios? The answer is no. That's not how it's done. They will buy along the way. And I teach members in True Trading Group, and I've done a lot of workshops, specifically free workshops for members you all can attend, on how to build long-term portfolios. Specifically, I did it a lot this year. I did a couple of them this year because I knew this was coming. I told you guys last year I was selling out my long-term portfolio to raise cash because I knew we were going to get an opportunity this year. And now I've been putting money back to work. Those are the 2 days that I added to my long-term portfolio. Out of the 29 stocks that I've added in my long-term portfolio so far, I think I'm red on like 3 of them. Okay, 26 out of 29, I'll take it. Maybe 25 out of 29 so far that I'm already up a nice chunk of change. Many of them are already double-digit gains. Okay, but I still have cash on the sideline that I want to put to work. I still do. But the point here is that the way that you build a long-term portfolio is my piece of advice to anyone that's just kind of a passive retail investor. Whenever the market goes down more than 20% in 1 year, I don't care what the reason is. I don't care how much further down you think the market's going to go. Buy something. That's what I've done my entire life, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Because there's one constant in the stock market, and that is if you look back throughout history, every single time the stock market, or specifically the S&P, every single time the S&P has gone down more than 20% in 1 year, it's been a buying opportunity. Not 80% of the time, not 90% of the time, 100% of the time that the S&P 500 has gone down more than 20% in 1 year proved to be a long-term buying opportunity. Every time. And I believe that this time is no different. which is why when we first dropped down towards, this was like 18% down, right? The S&P was down about 18% here. I added a little bit. Then we dropped to, we were down like 23, 24, something like that, 23%. And I bought more. You know, the average recession is about a 20 to 30% decline in the S&P. The 40 to 50% declines, those are the bad recessions, right? But when you think recession, all you think about is 2008, right? There's been a lot of recessions, okay? You know, post World War II, there's been like, I don't know, 12 recessions, okay? Only like 2 of them went down 50%. None went down 60. None went down 70. None went down 80. You're not going to get that. So for you to sit on the sidelines waiting for that moment, that doomsday moment, you're never going to get it. And that's how you miss out on every single wealth building opportunity that the stock market provides you. I've told you guys for months that this is an opportunity. But everybody gets scared when markets go down. Everybody falls victim to the sensationalism and the exaggeration and the superlatives. These are people that are not trying to actually make you money. These are people that are trying to get your views and your clicks, because that's how they make money. That's not how we make money. I don't make money by you guys watching this YouTube channel. We don't have ads on our YouTube channel. We don't get paid for views on our YouTube channel like other services and other platforms out there. They will put things on their YouTube channel just so you will click on it, just so you will watch it, because that's how they make money. That's not how we make money. I don't give you sensationalism. I don't give you exaggeration. I don't fearmonger you into thinking that the stock market's going to go down 80%, because it's not going to. I'm going to give you education. I'm going to give you information, and I'm going to give you knowledge that can actually help you make money, and you can make better financial decisions for you and your family. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm here to do for you. And that's how we make money. If you make money, we make money. That's how True Trading Group works. That's why you all come on these live streams and you spend time on here with me 6 days a week to get that knowledge, to get that education. The same type of knowledge and education that I received when I worked at a hedge fund in New York. That's why you guys are here. That's why you joined the True Trading Group platform. To trade with us every day, to get all of our long-term portfolio picks, to know when we're selling in our long-term portfolio, to know when we're buying in our long-term portfolio. What are we buying? How much are we buying? That's why you guys joined the TTG platform. Don't fall victim to the fear mongering. You've never had a recession where the markets went down 60, 70, 80%. The S&P specifically we're talking about. It's never happened. So to sit here and keep waiting for that moment, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. You're missing out on wealth building opportunities for you and your family. Which is why even when I made my long-term portfolio ad on June 17th, I didn't think that was the bottom. I actually thought the markets were going to go lower. I did. I thought the markets were still going to go lower. Okay. Okay. I did. I thought they were going to go lower. But what if they don't? Now all of a sudden you all are worried that the bottom is in. Before, everybody was screaming from the rooftops, okay, that the world was ending. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I totally missed out on a couple of things here. Corey, welcome to the TTG family. We've got 5 laptops left. Everybody welcome Corey. Corey is the newest member to the TTG family. Everybody welcome Corey. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I missed that. Corey joined a little while. Okay, I'm behind here. Corey, welcome to the TTG family, guys. Only 5 laptops left. Go to ttgoffer.com. Evelyn Wright, I see you. Evelyn Wright says, do you have any more free laptops? What's the website again? What's the code for the laptop? Okay, Evelyn, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't see. I was so caught up in what I was talking about the long-term portfolio stuff. Evelyn and anybody else, guys, you go to ttgoffer.com. Okay, Evelyn, that's ttgoffer.com. And then you enter the coupon code TTG1 2, 1. Click apply code. You'll get the 49% discount and you'll get the free laptop. There's only 5 laptops left, but when you go to the checkout page, which is ttgoffer.com, if you see a laptop in the checkout cart, that is how you'll know you're getting one of the 5. Okay, that's how you know you're getting one of the 5. So you see right there in the checkout, you see the laptop right there? If you see that, you have one of the 5. So yes, Evelyn, we still have laptops. We got 5 of them left. I'd go right to ttgoffer.com right now, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. That's how you guys will get that 49% discount and you'll get your free laptop. Don't forget, you have a double your money back guarantee, folks. I'm sitting here telling you, if you do not make the $1120 back, I'll give you $2,240. That's the deal. Listen, chances are you're not going to need it, considering we've only had to refund 2.5% of our members since 2016. So chances are you're not going to need that double your money back guarantee. Nonetheless, it's there to protect you. It's there to make you feel more comfortable about making a decision that can increase your chances of success and that can help you guys reach financial goals that you never thought originally were possible. And it's there to hold us accountable. When you join True Trading Group, we're in business together. We are. Think about it. You're going to spend $1120 to join our platform. And I'm going to say, okay, you're putting up $1120. I'm also going to put up $1120. If you make your $1120 back, I'm going to keep your $1120. If you don't, I'm going to give you your $1120 back, and then you're going to take mine. So I'm going to hand you $2,240. That's the deal. That's how much I believe in our ability to help you guys reach your goals, just like Jessica did. Now, is every single person that joins True Trading Group successful? No. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass. Trading has risks. We don't have a 100% success rate. Not every single person in True Trading. We have 9,600 members. We don't have 9,600 consistently profitable traders, but we leave no trader behind in TTG. We hold red to green workshops every month. Every single month, any member that is still struggling can submit questions and topics to us that they're having a hard time with, and the moderators and I will hold 2-hour-long workshops covering those topics so that they can get the help that they need. You don't just join True Trading Group and then you're just go ahead, figure it out on your own. There is help whenever you need it. If you are struggling, do not keep it to yourself. Reach out to us. We are here to help you. You are not just going to join and then no one's going to talk to you and you're left to figure it out on your own. This is the single most interactive platform that you are ever going to experience. Everybody welcome Larry. Larry, welcome to the TTG family. There are now 4 laptops left. You do not have to go about this alone. And when I say you don't have to go about this alone, yeah, courses, quizzes, right? All that, but you can actually interact with us live on a daily basis in chat, on a weekly basis. We do live workshops and webinars every single day in True Trading Group. So you can talk to our professional traders every single day. We have trader support group sessions where you can talk to other members that had the same struggles that you had. How did they overcome them? Real mentorship, real support. You're not just, okay, you joined, great, here's our courses, good luck. We are with you every step of the way. There are only 4 of those laptops left now, guys. Go to ttgoffer.com now. Use that code TTG121. Get a laptop before they're gone. You got 4 of them left. Everybody welcome Larry to the TTG family. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. Use the code TTG121. If you have any questions about the membership, send a text message to 786-505-4047. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. Don't call that number. Text it. It's a text message only phone number. So folks, this is what building a long-term portfolio looks like. You see that feeling that you have right now? You feel so anxious. I know you do. If you did not invest a single dollar in this stock market yet this year, right now you feel extremely anxious. You feel terrible. You feel like, oh my goodness, did I miss the bottom? Did I miss the bottom? I know you all are thinking that right now. Deep down in your gut, you are worried that you missed your opportunity. Avoid that feeling. Stop listening to the fear mongers that only make money when you click and watch their video. And start listening to people that have done this professionally, that have learned professionally, whose sole intention is to help you make money. It's not to scare the crap out of you. It's not to get as many views as we possibly can. It's not to trend on Twitter. It's to help you make money. That is what we've been doing so far all year. And that's what we're going to continue to do for the rest of this year and for many more years to come. The only question is, are you going to be a part of the community while we go through this process or not? And if not, that's okay too. There's other groups and programs and services out there, none that'll give you double your money back, none that are that confident in their abilities to help you become successful. But there's a lot of other services that are out there. And I really, truly wish you guys the best in your journeys. I want every single person to be successful. I know it's not realistic, but I want it. Doesn't mean that we can't try. I want True Trading Group to be the reason why retail investors are no longer referred to as dumb money ever again. That was the joke when I worked at the hedge fund. Retail was dumb money. Really? F you, man. F you on your high horse just because you have access to all these tools and resources and you got trained professionally. These people are trying to figure it out on their own. And I'm sitting here today telling you, you don't have to figure it out on your own anymore. Just go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121, get a free laptop, do what you want with it, sell it on eBay to lower the price of your membership. I don't care. Sell it on eBay. Now all of a sudden you spent less than $1,000 for your membership for the entire year. But you still get double your money back. If you don't make the 1120, I'll give you back $2,240. Stop listening to the doom and glooms. Start looking at facts. 0809, markets went down 55%. Dot-com bubble, S&P went down 55%. The S&P is not going down 80%. It's not going down 70%. I hope this is helpful, guys. I've been pounding the table all year about when I'm adding in my long-term portfolio. Again, full disclosure, I've got a lot of cash on the sideline still. I'm not fully invested. Okay, but I'm putting money to work. And I'm happy that I did. Out of like the 29 stocks that I bought, we're kicking ass on like 26 of them. I think one of them's red and two of them are like flat. I mean, it's nuts. And I'll let my TC members know when the day comes that I add more into my long-term portfolio. And what stocks do I add it to? And if you guys are members, you'll be able to get access to that information as well. Okay. So guys, this kind of wraps up the educational part of my live stream. I really hope that this was helpful. I hope you guys kind of have some perspective and you got some lessons when it comes to long-term portfolio stuff. The last thing I'll leave you with the long-term portfolio stuff, it's important the asset or the allocation that you put towards different types of stocks. You have high growth stocks and then you have some quality stocks. When you're putting your money into the high growth names, which are your high risk, high reward, your high beta names, those stocks, for me, get a smaller amount of capital than the bellwethers. Like I have a smaller amount of capital in Snowflake than I do Microsoft and Apple. But I love Snowflake, right? It's one of the stocks that I bought in my long-term portfolio on June 17th. Okay. So Snowflake, June 17th is right there. Okay, so right there is where I bought Snowflake in my long-term portfolio, right there on June 17th. At like $116, $117. Stock's now at $148, right? Like that's just one of the stocks that I bought on June 17th. But this is a higher risk, higher reward play. So the higher risk, higher reward plays get a smaller amount of capital. Like the Apples of the world get the bulk, right? You want to build your portfolio around higher quality, more well-established names with very strong cash flow and solid growth. You want to build your portfolio around those core names. And then you'll have other stocks that are the higher risk, higher reward that get a smaller amount of your money. Okay. But the problem that a lot of people make is they dump all their money into the NIOs of the world. They dump all their money into the Lucids of the world and the Charge Points and the Rivians and the Robin Hoods and the Coinbases. And they lose 70% of their money. Apple's never going to go down 70%. Microsoft's never going to go down 80%. Okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, guys, that wraps up the education part of my live stream. If you are not interested in a membership at True Trading Group at all, you can now sign off of the live stream. I am finished with the educational part. I'm going to wrap up this live stream with a little demonstration here. I'm going to show you the actual platform so you can see for yourself firsthand the courses and the tools that you have access to when you join True Trading Group, because it is an all-inclusive membership. Remember that, okay? You get access to everything we have. Of course, when you join the TC platform, you're going to be getting access to our chat room. The mods and I share our screen every day. We're live on the mic, calling out trades in real time. We're there with you from pre-market till after hours. You can talk to us in chat all day, every day. We also send out trade alerts whenever we enter and exit our trades. Very easy for you to follow along. We also have the mobile app, so if you can't be in front of your computer, you can still know whenever we enter or exit a position. You also, of course, get access to the 2 private study group sessions. You can talk to our TTG Pro traders and ask questions so we can speed up your learning curve. And you also get the Benzinga Pro news feed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat. It'll cost you over $1,000 if you go to Benzinga directly. Don't do that. It's free with your membership. It is free with your membership, folks. Just go to ttgoffer.com right now and use the TTG121 coupon code. You also get TradingView's premium charting software, one of the most commonly used charting softwares used by active traders. This will cost you a few $100 a year. It's free with your membership. You'll get the Trade Ideas scanner, which will make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks. This will cost you a few $100 a year if you want the Trade Ideas on your own. It's free when you join True Trading Group. A trading simulator from ETNA would cost you just under $1,000 if you went to them directly. It's free with your membership. This lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data, so you can practice implementing what you are learning in the courses. You also get access to our own proprietary scanner that lets you create your own custom scans and even lets you scan for crypto. You get dark pool data and unusual options activity, stuff that professionals use to make better decisions. You now have access to this information. A full trading journal will track all of your trades and give you statistics and data so you can figure out what you're doing wrong, so you know what you need to improve on. And then you get a social sentiment scanner. The social sentiment scanner will go through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you which ticker symbols are mentioned most to help you stay ahead of the crowd. Unlimited analyst ratings, insider buying, short interest on any stock you are interested in. This can be helpful in making your trading and investing decisions. You can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on a particular stock. I mentioned to you earlier, every morning we publish a watch list with the stocks we're looking at and how we plan on trading them. You get access to this every single day. And then, of course, our courses. There are no upsells for courses or tools when you join True Trading Group. Every single course is included. This is a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses. There's also advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got it. It's all in text and video, whatever's easier for you to learn. And then on top of the courses, there's a video library that has over 300 hours of additional workshops and webinars that we conduct live, like how to trade with a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. Folks, the code word for this evening, is pickle. Code word for tonight is pickle. If you're not a member, don't worry about this code word. Do not worry about this code word if you're not a member. If you are a member, we do a lot of fun giveaways with members. This is part of one of those giveaways. The code word for tonight is pickle. All right, pickle. That's my TTG family. The code word for tonight is pickle. If you're not a member, don't worry about that code word. All right, folks, it's time you invested in something real, something that actually gives you value, something that gives you value for your money, something that can help you reach your goals, that increases your chances of success. I can't guarantee you success, but I can guarantee you if you don't make the 1120 back, I'll give you double your money back, $2,240. And I'll guarantee that when you join True Trading Group, you are joining a community of over 9,600 members that genuinely give a damn whether you succeed or fail, and will be with you every step of the way to walk you through this process and provide you real guidance and real mentorship. You do not have to go about this alone. There are only 4 laptops left. If you want one, go to ttgoffer.com right now. Enter the coupon code TTG121. You get the 49% off, the free laptop. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart. I know there's only 4 left, but as long as you see one in your cart, that means you're getting one. So you guys can go there right now. If you have questions, 786-505-4047. That is how you guys, if you have questions, send a text. Don't hesitate. And last but not least, if you guys are still unsure, we do have a 7-day trial. Weekends don't count. It is a full 7 trading days. Okay? It is a full 7 trading days. It's only $3. We charge $3 to make sure you are, in fact, a real person. There's no automatic renewal. There's no reoccurring payment. There's no automatic upgrade. If you do nothing after your 7 days, it just expires. You're never charged ever again. Go to ttgthree.com. That's ttgthree.com. That's ttg3.com. That is how you guys can join our 7-day trial. Again, weekends do not count. It is a 7 full trading days with us for only $3. All right, everyone's got $3. So if you guys want to try us out for 7 days, you're more than welcome. Come and chat, trade with us, see the platform, go through some sample courses that we have available for trial members, and then you decide if True Trading Group is right for you. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. I love you all. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button if you haven't done so already.